Hi, I probably needed a hug, but got some books instead. Welcome to my book haul, and this is Classics Edition. And I went a little overboard with it, but then again, it was a celebration for Bengali New Year's. I gifted myself all that a little later, but still. First one we have here is Master and Margarita. It's by Mikhail Bulgakov. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's first of all look at the cover. It's so pretty. Written in secret during the darkest days of Stalin's reign, The Master and Margarita became an overnight literary phenomenon. Bulgakov's carnivalesque satire of Soviet life describes how the devil, trailing fire and chaos in his wake, weaves himself out of the shadows and into Moscow one spring afternoon. Brimming with magic and incident, it is full of imaginary, historical, terrifying, and wonderful characters. Oh, from witches, poets, and biblical tyrants to the beautiful, courageous Margarita who will do anything to save the imprisoned writer she loves. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this. Witches, magic, chaos, and love story. Count me in. The next book, I have a story for this. This is Madonna in a Fur Coat by Sabahattin Ali. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right. Um, the cover of the book was a little damaged, and let me know if you do this too. I was so not interested to wait for a lot of days again to replace this, so I colored it with acrylic paint, and it looks so much better, newer. And okay, the cover is so pretty. Lovers, nice. A tale of young love and disenchantment, of missed opportunities and passion's elusive flickering flame. Okay. The magical novel about a Turkish man who falls in love with an artist in 1920s Berlin recreates a vanished era and dramatizes a doomed relationship with verve, depth, and poignancy. Awesome. Loving and memorable, full of yearning and melancholy. Yearning. Yes. This is. I'm gonna read it soon. Like, let me know. Do you really miss the yearning form of literature? I mean, I think in classics there were a lot of examples for that yearning. Artist in 1920s Berlin. So excited. Next, I'm sure all of you have heard about it. It's Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. I was, I think, 13 or something when I read the abridged version, and I totally forgot about the story. Like, I don't remember anything, and I'm so excited to read the unabridged version. It's about their father is at war. No one knows when he'll be back. The four sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, with their marmy, set out to live a life which is full of gratitude, love, compassion, and family. What is marmy? Do you know? Let me know in the comments. But it's essentially a heartwarming, sensitive, and inspiring story of female strength, compassion, and their ability to spread love. Love it. Next, I am someone who's obsessed with supernatural themed shows, books, literature, movies, anything supernatural. I'm into it. So yeah, next one is Dracula. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this. It's by Bram Stoker. Look at that cover page. So good. Okay. There are darkness in life and there are lights, and you are one of the lights, the light of all lights. Wow. Okay. A story told through letters. I love this form of fiction. I think it's called epilatory literature, as much as I remember. I love it. Dracula is the first novel set against the fantasy of vampires. It's actually second. First is Carmilla, which is in my wish list. But okay, the story that gave popular culture the tropes of vampire teeth, bites on the neck, and their aversions to sun retold time and again. Set in the wilderness of Transylvania, the castle Dracula becomes a dark hole where visitors become confined to the prisoners of the castle. Desperate measures to escape a lonely existence. The horrifying twists and turns make it a gripping read, and the spooky settings leaves the reader wide-eyed. It was a tongue twister. It's definitely more enjoyable during the winters and fall, I guess, but I am so tempted to read this right now. It's so humid, but it's fantasy after all. Love it. Next. Oh, this one's actually non-fiction, and I love psychology. I love everything about it, and especially I love dream interpretations and dream psychology. So I decided to get The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. I would consider myself a really good interpreter of dream. Actually, it's best interpreted through personal experience. Like your dream, side note of course, but your dream can be interpreted the best by you only. Although these things can help, and so excited to read it. It's basically about the most common dreams, why do we have them, idea of dreams and dream interpretation, and the psychology of dreams. Love it. Next. I think this one I'm gonna read like my next book. It's The Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. And is it on the screen? I have read the synopsis before, but here it goes. Pip, a blacksmith's apprentice, goes from humble beginnings to the marshes of Kent to the bustling streets of Victorian London. Just, yeah, love it. I love literature and shows in Victorian London. I mean, I don't know, something about the Victorian age. When I was doing English literature as my minor course, Victorian era, it was very good. A chance encounter with the escaped convict Magwitch sets off a series of events that led Pip to the eccentric Miss Havisham. I've butchered the pronunciation, but okay. And her captivating ward, Estella, or Estea. Estea? It sounds Spanish. Estea or Estella? I don't know. Okay. In his pursuit of becoming a gentleman to win Estella's affection, Pip grapples with his own self-worth and the impact of his humble origins. Pip must unravel the complexities of his own identity, and in the bustling 19th century London, his idealistic ambitions are threatened by dominating class difference, society, London, like early. Love it. I think I'm gonna read this next. These are shorter books. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Good and Evil. It's basically about good and evil, the themes, and what happens when one loses control over their dark side? What chaos ensues then? Set in Victorian London. Oh, I didn't know that. Set in Victorian London, Dr. Jekyll, a respected scientist, becomes consumed by the desire to understand the dark aspects of human nature. In an unchecked scientific experiment, he concocts a potion that transforms into his malicious alter ego called Mr. Hyde. Alter ego. It had me with the alter ego part. And that's why I bought this, to be honest. Through this experiment, Dr. Jekyll can observe why Hyde makes the choices he does and what drives the evil within him, which is also a reflection of what must drive the immoral actions of society at large. Interesting. Look at the cover. Alter ego. Nice. If I had an alter ego, I think her name would have been Athena. But I don't think so. She would be evil. She would be more expressive. I think she would learn karate more. I love the name Athena from since the day I played that game. What was that game? I forgot the name of the game. It was in 2004 something, where these basically a combat game, and it was so good. And there, an avatar was Athena, and she was so beautiful. The next book is Metamorphosis, Franz Kafka. Of course, I didn't read it. How can I call myself a classic fan? Sorry. But I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna read it soon. One morning, Gregor Samsa wakes up to find himself transformed into a horrible vermin. What's a vermin? Sounds familiar. Here begins Metamorphosis, the most resounding story of the inherent human conflicts and the suppressed dark side of the human existence. As Samsa struggles to remind those around him that he is still human despite his new repulsive appearance, we see his friends and family struggle to remember the person that lives in this unappealing creature. Are we inherently a superficial society? Can we truly look past the surface to appreciate inner beauty? Do we possess the ability to selfishly care for others? Selfishly care for others. Wow, what a way to put that. The Metamorphosis is a compelling, sarcastic, love it, an emotional story holding a mirror to the feelings of alienation common to all alike. Wow, why didn't I read this earlier? I mean, sounds like I'm gonna really enjoy this. Why is it only like a few pages? It's so small, but no doubt impactful. And last but not the least, the room of A Room of One's Own, Virginia Woolf. It would be my first of Virginia. I always wanted to read her work, but this is, I think, her diary or something. It's the 20th century, and Virginia Woolf is invited to speak to a room full of young writers at a few colleges. She left the room and society at large perplexed with the thoughts she raised. Would Shakespeare's sisters be given the same room to flourish if she had his skill sets? Can a woman flourish if given the physical space to be by herself and ideate? Can a woman find a professional identity if not infrastructurally empowered? As a society, do we allow this? Allow? I don't like that word. I don't like how it's put. Who is society to allow anything? But yeah, I get it. It was a different time. This book, although a work of fiction, oh, it's not a diary? This book, although a work of fiction with a fictitious narrator and setting, is inspired by the lectures delivered by Woolf. As a revolutionary work, it remains poignant and relevant even today. True. Okay. And that was it. I am so excited to read all this. I'm so excited. But I think my next read will be Great Expectations, because I have great expectations from this book. Pun intended. That was it. That was my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and subscribe. It's my first video ever in this channel. Subscribe.